I just want normal beer.
You know there'll be jokes.
All right, X has rolled out their first ever animated series. And as you can tell, it's got a conservative viewpoint and fights against woke culture. So apparently it features Dave Rubin and a special appearance by Elon Musk, which you got a little taste of
Thank God.
in that clip. And it's now being labeled as one of the worst things ever made. And I don't know how you're gonna feel about it. We're gonna show you examples. It's called The New Norm. It's an animated sitcom for our woke world. An edgy, doubt it, yet family-friendly comedy that shines a funny light on today's most divisive issues and gives Americans a safe space to come together and laugh. Which, by the way, I'm totally in favor of. If you wanna make fun of woke culture, but you genuinely have a funny show that does that, I'd laugh at that. I'd enjoy that. It's just that
hypothetically,
you got to make it funny.
Well, to be fair, in their defense, and I'm going to defend them a few times, they said they were providing a safe space to come together and laugh. They didn't say they'd give you any reason to laugh.
Oh, fair.
It's just you're in a place where you could hypothetically laugh, but you won't because you just saw what they're producing.
So it's the first animated sitcom exclusive to X, and it features the voice talents of conservative YouTuber JP Sears, unfamiliar with that person, and Dave Rubin. Okay, so we'll get into the reactions to the show in just a minute, and that's like my favorite part of the story. But first, let's give you some examples of what you can look forward to with this animated sitcom.
I'm the old Norm. I want normal beer.
Warning, perimeter reached.
Ugh. It's your fault I got house arrest.
You're the one who threatened the school board.
I gently suggested
Yelled.
they stop brainwashing my daughter that girls aren't girls and men aren't men.
Sometimes they're neither, or both, or furry and dressed like dogs.
Ow! Janice. What's that?
Warning, offensive.
Actually, that is one of my pronouns. Also they, them, and me.
You're non-binary?
How do you know that word?
I learned it in school.
That's why I'm locked up.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that running for 20 seasons.
Where did the funny part come in? Did we miss it?
I don't know. I mean, Dave Rubin used to call himself a comedian. I guess that it's funny that he used to do that.
That's the funniest thing about Dave Rubin.
That's kind of funny, I guess. In hindsight, it wasn't funny at the moment. It was sad, but
it feels a little stale too, right? Like I feel
they're
like
just saying right-wing things.
Yeah, I mean, right-wing things that they've been saying for a few years now. Like you got to come up with something new.
Well, there's supposed to be a joke at some point.
At some point,
I think
there might be. At some point,
we
just haven't seen it yet.
Dave Rubin had purple hair. Is that a joke? Is that funny?
I guess.
Was it supposed to be funny that although some of the voice actors were clearly using professional equipment, he had recorded his lines on a Teddy Ruxpin or something? Like, why was his audio so much worse? And why Brett posted a comment to that tweet that was like promoting this, saying, why does it sound like Dave Rubin is just learning how to speak as he's doing his lines? Like he's pronouncing his lines super awkwardly. Like, does he not get? None of them get, and none of them care because this isn't supposed to be art. It isn't supposed to be good.
They're getting free. Own the libs.
They're getting free money from millionaires and billionaires, and they all desperately want to produce something that's good. They're incapable of it because they have no talent, because they're not curious people. They have no empathy, and empathy is the foundation of art. So instead, they're just spending the money that was given to them. So why wouldn't they do this? I guess, but like. Voice acting is an actual thing. There are good voice actors for a reason.
No, but you
just
want
having
big
Dave
celebrities like Larry Elder and Dave Rubin.
obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if only Simpsons had them, then they would have been a success.
Look, I'm not even against this concept, right? Like it is what it is, and they're obviously trying to cater to a certain audience, but I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of a conservative that would enjoy a show like this, just to be open-minded, to see like, who knows, maybe there are some funny jokes, but it's not funny. Like
there will be some who like, there are old conservatives who think that Greg Gutfeld is very funny. Like they watch that show that he does late at night, and I guess they laugh or something because he gets good ratings. I don't know why you would watch a comedy show that's not funny. It seems like an utter waste of time. Like,
so let's look. Maybe there are other examples where it's genuinely funny. Maybe I don't want to be unfair. So let's go to the next clip. This one actually does feature Larry Elder as a voice actor. So let's watch.
Chaz is part of a new government program
to re-educate homophobic, transphobic, racist.
Charlie, finally, someone normal.
I don't understand. You're black.
Did that just black whisper? I come here to get away from woke.
Trouble at home?
Oh, my boy, or whatever it calls themselves now, is thinking about transitioning.
Reggie?
Try Regina.
Transitioning to what?
Another fumble.
Hopefully not a Jets fan.
Hey, pronoun, this bud's for you.
Offensive.
I can't drink. I'm not 21.
Y'all influenced my boy to cut off his junk, but draw the line at beer?
No, I realize what it is about this. The way, like the cadence, the tone, the way they're delivering the lines, it's reminiscent of the corporate training videos that people are forced to watch. You know what I mean? Like sexual harassment is wrong, so we're gonna make you watch this video where a bunch of people who are not actors,
or funny. None of them seem to be enjoying it at all.
No, I know, exactly.
They seem to be very bored. Like the only thing that kind of was like a joke was, transition to what? Not a Jets fan. And I make that face because that's the face the voice actor made when they made that line. Like that could be a joke, not a good joke, but that could be like on a cheap laugh track comedy from like the 90s. And that is the point that we haven't gotten to yet. That cartoon has a laugh track.
Yeah.
That's deeply sad and very telling. Now you saw that in the intro to it, they like zoom out and they pretend that it's a show within a show as the explanation for why people are losing their minds every second, even when it's not even like a bad joke, it's just not a joke. People are losing their mind, are going, oh, because they don't have any faith that their audience would get any cues from the lines or the comedy, so they have to be told every emotion they're supposed to be experiencing.
Yeah. Look,
and even with that, it's slow and dull and boring.
So far from what I've seen, it's not edgy and it's not funny, and it's just regurgitating talking points that conservatives have been regurgitating in regard to culture war related issues like transgender rights and stuff like that. And look, just to juxtapose what you just saw to Family Guy, like
which you like.
I freaking love Family Guy, and Family Guy is edgy. So much so that I'm like shocked that it still airs, right? In today's era of like, honestly, people being very sensitive about comedy. But I mean, Family Guy hits everyone and everything. They don't care, right? So like you're part of a—
And South Park too, that's
South Park as well. I never really got into South Park, but love Family Guy. And look, I'll give you an example of Family Guy making a joke about transgender people, right? That actually is edgy. And basically it was, I don't know if you saw this, but it was a transgender person, I think Quagmire's parent, at a bar. She's transgender, she's looking at her phone, which has pornography on it. And the person behind the bar is like, I'm sorry, ma'am, like you can't be watching porn like at the bar. And then realizes it's a transgender person and says, oh wait, you're transgender, never mind, you can do whatever you want. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay. Like I would need to see it in the moment, but that could be funny.
You have to see it in the moment for sure, because I'm not able to like relay like the comedy behind that. But it's Definitely edgy.
It's trying to be a joke at least.
It's funny.
This
it was
is just,
funny.
Look,
It was
there are a
hilarious.
bunch of people, every one of them, like all their commentary. Ben Shapiro wanted to be a writer in Hollywood. Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh wanted to be like a shock. They all wanted to do something else that was creative. And they weren't able to make it. Dave Rubin had like 10 attempted careers that none of them worked until before he decided that he would be conservative or whatever. They all just desperately want to be talented and they want to be cool and they want to be in the in crowd and they have access to unlimited money. Yep. Thanks to their rich donors, and so they get a cartoon and they get a movie and they get whatever they want, but they can't make it good because they don't have the impulse within them.
And they keep trying.
They keep trying. Why not? It's free. They're playing with house money.
Yeah. I mean, we do the same thing, no? I mean, I don't know what I would do with money just handed to me. Like what project I would pursue. Certainly not cartoons or anything involving. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, I'm sure they'll make a whole bunch of it. And thanks to it being on Twitter, and they brought in Elon Musk. That was the best thing that they did. They brought him in, so he'll make the algorithm give them 100 million views on their first 3 episodes or whatever, and then it'll go away like Tucker Carlson did, and that'll be that.
I want to give you some of the reactions to it. So Logan Hall on X writes, TV show on leftism, the cringiest, most unwatchable, nauseating trash ever created. TV shows on conservatism, somehow even worse. Okay. Conservative cartoonist George Alexopoulos said, South Park had edge. This has as much edge as uncooked sourdough. Between this and Daily Wire's limp cartoon, they may as well be flushing money down the toilet.
Yeah, I didn't even know Daily Wire had a cartoon.
But to be fair, there are people who really enjoyed it and have said positive things about it, including, let's go to the last graphic here, Bill Maher, who allegedly called it brilliant. Dave Rubin, who's in it, called it beautiful. Larry Elder, who's also in it, relevant, timely, and funny, I'm in.
He says, I'm in. No, you're literally in it.
You're literally in it, yeah. And then Kevin Sorbo, who says, all in the family for our time. Is it?
Well, I mean, it's clearly designed to be All in the Family. That doesn't mean that it's good or whatever. I mean, I don't know that All in the Family is necessarily good. Bill Maher thinks it's brilliant.
I don't really know if that's true.
They might just be lying. But who knows with Bill Maher?
But who knows with Bill Maher, exactly.
No, here's what I want. I want a live cam on Bill Maher as he watches the next episode. And I want to see him laugh once at anything in the episode. They had Bill Maher, who probably didn't even say this, and even if he did, it doesn't matter.
Bill Maher do anything, okay? Like
you have Kevin Sorbo and 2 of the actors from it. That is so deeply sad.
So before I forget, no, read what's under Bill Maher's quote. I mean, I can't.
It's a little bit small.
The font is so tiny.
Really
Wait, put that back up. HBO real-time host. I can't read that. It's too small.
Is that speaking of show creators' previous work featured on HBO? Some other thing they did, I guess?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what else they've done. Look, coming out of this, I didn't know that I would ever take this position, but I think it is time for AI to take over. If this is what passes for creativity, just let ChatGPT make our shows.
Oh my God. Okay,
what?
Thank you, Brett, for sending in the image. Speaking of shows creators' previous work featured on HBO.
Yeah, no, that's what I said, yeah. I don't know what that previous work is.
Yeah, me either.
Maybe it was brilliant. It would be sad if they had produced something brilliant and now this is what they have, but.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about any of this. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys.
Oh yeah, no, and I'm sure a million, like the comments from right wingers under it are all like, see, the left is triggered. No, we're not triggered. That's mocking you is not triggered. I'm not hurt. I'm not angry.
I'm not triggered by this at all.
That's sad. I'm also not jealous because that billionaire right wing money was never gonna go to me anyway. So it's sad. It's pathetic.
No, I'm a little bit jealous of.
We're not gonna get it.
Like we have to. Anyway, let's move on before I say things I'm gonna regret.